Hey guys, we are on our way to the Cult Classic Convention in Bastrop on a very rainy day.
Super rainy.
And honestly, we're going to probably see just a small amount of this convention because we're going super late on Saturday. And
we're too tired.
Yeah, we've been like preparing because we're going on our HHN Disney trip, you know. So yeah, we've been doing so much. So yeah, and we had some other stuff going on that just kind of took our time. So we'll hopefully see a couple of things.
We'll get there in time for Kelly Maroney.
Oh yeah, Ashley wants to meet Kelly Maroney.
Well, I don't want to meet her.
What?
No, I'm not gonna meet her.
Why?
Because I'll watch her in the panel.
She doesn't like meeting people in the booth, you know, their little booths and stuff. But anyway, we're gonna hopefully see some panels, at least one, the Scream Queen one, hopefully, and maybe we'll get to see Roger Bartlett sing "Full for a Blonde" from Texas Chainsaw Massacre. That's what we're hoping for because it's so late.
It's super rainy too, guys. Check out all this rain. It's crazy.
So yeah, there you go. So we're gonna see what we can. Okay, we'll catch up with you guys later.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh man. Nice. Look at the art. Yeah, look at that, Ash.
Awesome.
Oh, look at those dresses. Those are cute.
Really cool.
Look at the gremlin. Stripe.
Yeah. Look at this artwork over here.
Very cool.
That's awesome.
What time is it?
It's almost time for.
Look at this.
That's awesome.
Let me chase you with the hockey mask. Is it time? Although
Almost.
Ash puppet. You see the alien skull?
Yeah. So cool.
Russell!
Hey,
what's going on?
How you doing?
Hey, great!
I love you guys.
Oh, thanks a
I
lot.
love y'all's reviews,
Oh, I love those Ninja Turtles.
Oh, did you?
Okay, I didn't mean to hold everybody up. Where's that stage at? What are you looking at?
All the pins.
Oh, all those pins. Yeah.
I've already got some really
She's got a bunch on her jacket right now.
Finally put them on.
Okay, let's go.
Okay.
Okay.
That makes sense.
Oh, the panels. So they just do the panels right there, huh?
To make them fake, so you've got to play with your head. It's all images. Yes.
I thought that guy was acting at first, but they're going to take it down to the gas station.
Okay.
Oh, that's really cool. That's awesome.
While you're gone, I hit him with a sick burn. Yeah, well, I mean, we might be here a little bit in the morning. Yeah, but we got a long drive. So.
Yeah. Where are you going back to?
Abilene.
Oh, okay. That is so cool. This is a film that you wanna.
Hey, how you doing? What's your name?
Nathan.
Nathan. Brandon, nice to meet you. I was just telling her about our short film that we made a few years ago. It's called Clagger. We're expanding it now to a feature-length film. Basically, we screamed all over the place, and people are like, "That character's really cool. Y'all should expand that story and make it a feature-length film." And so we're out promoting that today. If you buy anything from us, we can throw your name in the hat, and you might win this wrench tonight at 7 o'clock.
nice.
We're giving this away. Sally, Hardesty, very good. Okay, that looks cool.
Thanks.
You didn't go for the whole blood soaked.
Yes.
Well, she's here. You would be surprised. So this is actually a certain piece of horror history because this is the very first Fangoria branded novel. Fangoria relaunched in Dallas.
Oh wow.
And this is our first novel, and our author is here today. And this is the last of the first editions because it's sold out on Amazon, it's sold out on Barnes & Noble. And he's offering a free autograph today.
Oh, awesome.
And this is a really fun novel because it is a throwback to 1980s slashers. And it's got a strong female villain and a strong female heroine.
That's awesome.
It kind of came out of like coming to a lot of cons and meeting actresses and meeting directors, and he realized like everybody was saying that like I get these scripts and there's nothing for women.
Yep,
They
that's
just die and that's it, or show their boobs and that's it. You know, so like
That's very true.
So he wrote a novel. He took him like every night for like 6 solid months, and then he spent the next 3 years marketing it. And then Dallas Sonia, who owns Fangoria now, who lives in Dallas, and we're all Texas natives. He read his novel after coming to Franklin, and
That's very cool.
And we got a Saturday special. We're doing a free autograph today, so $15 free.
energy is up there and we love it. Yeah! My name's Josh Milligan from Dread Central, and this is the Scream Queen panel. So let's give it up. Let's scream up here. In order from the outside to the inside, we've got Marta Kober, Friday the 13th Part 2. We've got Anjanette Cluis from Jack vs. Lanterns. Of course, we have Kelly Maroney. You know her from Night of the Comet and Chopping Mall. Last but certainly not least, we got Jessica Stabbit from Friday the 13th Legacy. Just really glad to have all of you here. And I've been involved in horror for a couple of decades now, so I know you all. But I'd like to just start and have each of you introduce yourselves a little bit and tell us about how you got into acting a little bit. We can start at the end with Marta. How did you get into acting?
My very first audition, I think that amazing, and I did get a job. And 600 girls auditioned, and my first movie was Friday the 13th.
And you made quite an impression, so congratulations.
It started my career.
Great. And Jeanette?
So I'm Anjanette, and I actually used to be a fire performer from the young age of 17, which got me into my first television, film, and commercial opportunities. And so after that, I started taking acting classes, and the horror films just started rolling in, and now I do almost exclusively that.
Yeah, excellent. All right, next up we have Kelly.
Hi, I'm Kelly Maroney, and I always wanted to be an actress. I wanted to be Betty Davis. So as soon as I could, I went to conservatory school, but when I got to New York, I accidentally got a soap opera. And I played like an evil Lolita. And so that, because of that, I got to audition for stuff that, is taken seriously as a working professional. So that, from there, I got to audition from past times. The Night of the Comet, because I was a cheerleader in that. They just sort of roll, when work begets work, and so when ours had seen Chopping Mall and I had seen the Night of the Comet, and so he's like, get her for Chopping Mall. It rolls like that. So that's
fantastic. Fantastic. Jessica.
Hello. So my name is Jessica Stabbit. I'm from Arizona. I have been acting for 5 years now. The most recent movie I did is Friday the 13th Legacy, which is an indie horror film. It played at the Mad Monster Convention in North Carolina. I do a lot of cosplay. I just recently did a shoot with Scout Taylor Compton in Arizona, and she's very sweet. I have a couple of big projects coming up that I can't talk about right now, but
keep us informed.
I will.
No, as soon as you're able.
I will. I've also done movies that aren't horror related. I did a movie, well, my husband and I, with Alan Thicke, called Love's Last Resort, 6 months before he passed. A Lifetime movie, and I have a movie on Netflix called Stasis. So yeah, just keep up with me.
Right on. Well, hold on to that microphone, Jessica, because I got another question for all of you, and this time we'll start with you and go on down. It was about a year ago now that Barbara Crampton, who we all love, made a comment, "Don't call me a scream queen," that it somehow undervalued what she did. And I think so many of us completely disagree with her opinion, but we understand her point of view. So I'd just like to ask each of you, what does being a scream queen mean to you?
To me, it means being strong and you kick ass. Like, no one can get past you. If you watch Friday the 13th Legacy, you'll see why. So I take it as an honor. I think it's amazing.
Barbara Crampton is one of my dearest friends, so I'm not going to take the fifth.
Right.
Although I could. The Scream Queen, yeah, I mean, if it's Betty Davis or Jamie Lee Curtis, that's the Scream Queen, I think it's been overused. And so, there's a lot of hard work that goes into being an actor, I totally am with Barbara on that, I gotta say. On the other hand, call me anything you want, as long as you call me the set, so.
There you go. We got a couple different opinions, let's keep it going.
So honestly, when I started off doing horror films, you know, you're like the, I think we all started off like the hot chick victim. And people, you're a fun girl hero.
Oh, shit.
All right. Present company suited. But honestly, you start off with these meek roles, but honestly, they are very labor-intensive. I don't know if you work on a horror film, that you could include stunt work in that. You could include a lot of things in that. I play almost exclusively the villain now, and I was called Scream Queen as a victim and Scream Queen now, and I think it's just an all-encompassing term of a woman who basically is a strong woman who does horror films. So I guess everybody just has a different kind of view on that, but like that's what I think as far as like my personal.
Yeah, hi, I'm Marta Cobra. I was watching the Pujang Olympics, and I thought the Friday franchise had moved up to Canada. And they made like 7 and 12 now. They do really, really well, and I might even be in it, you know, little teeny one line.
Hold on to that microphone, Marta, because I've got to ask you, you might have to want to describe it first, but you have one of the best kills. You are killed in one of the best ways.
I think, I'm not sure, I said it was one line. I guess they just got it the same way.
Why don't you tell us about what it was like being killed in Friday the 13th?
I mean, they just slide you under and out from under a guy. I'm not allowed to get naked, and I'm 16 and I got naked. There's a little problems, but like I said, the one line, we'll leave it at that.
Right on, right on. Let's keep it going. Why don't you start talking about some of the challenges you're experiencing in today's film market, film climate? Start with you, Angela. Yeah.
So I hail from the big city of Dallas, Texas, and there's not a real big film market there currently. So I got into producing, and I found that if you want a really good role and you don't want this disposable role of a victim, and you don't want to be the hot chick role, whatever, you actually want something better than what you're being cast in, producing is the way to go. I know you guys all saw the panel with Parrish earlier from Circus of the Dead. We have Rift coming out. I hope you guys all get to see that next year. I think we'll be bringing that to Bastrop around the holidays because it is a Christmas horror film. It'll be my first feature-length film to produce. So I hope you all enjoy it. But there is not much going on in Dallas, so you kind of have to create it. So if you make it, they will come, right?
Kelly, what are some challenges with today's film industry?
I can echo that. It's not enough to just be an actress and sit by the phone. You have to create your own material, you have to get out there. You have to take ownership of your own career. It's actually pretty empowering. You know, at first it could be a little overwhelming, but ultimately it's empowering. But for me personally, my biggest challenge was fighting that 80s hairdo. Yeah, for a long time I couldn't get past that. Oh yeah, I know who she is. She's like, you know, cheerleader with the big hair. And, you know, decades have passed, okay? So finally, now people are starting to see me as a working actress my own age, which is, you know, great. I just did a movie where I'm somebody's mom, you know, and I got to work with Tyler McIntyre, who did Suicide Girls. And so I'm starting to meet these people that grew up on some of those movies, and all's well that ends well. But for a while I was like, guys, come on.
How about you, Jessica? What are some of the biggest challenges you're facing?
Well, you have to be your own billboard. So yeah, you have to promote yourself, which is why we're here, to get our names out there, introduce ourselves, bring what we have. So yeah, just promote yourself. It's not easy, but it can be if you stay positive.
Right on. Okay, hold on to that mic, because the next one's another one for all of you, and I think it's something we're all interested in. Tell us about who you admire in general in acting and in horror, and who's a direct influence on you and your work.
It may sound cliche, but Sherry Moon Zombie. Love Sherry, I love Rob, I love their work. A lot of people don't like their stuff, but I do, and like if I'm in a bad mood, I'll put in a Rob Zombie movie and it just like takes over. I love it. Sherry's amazing. Haven't met her yet, but I want to. Like, she's everything to me.
I think I worked for Sherry for Evolve Technology.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, yeah, Sherry Moon is life.
Kelly, influences and inspirations.
Oh, I already mentioned Betty Davis when I was a little girl. And Europe for me, got playing some Bates, Norman Bates. I just thought she killed it, and it was like a perfect, she produced it, and it was amazing. So I really admire that. And my friend Barbara Crampton, my friend Amanda Bliss, who, they're doing the same things, they're empowering themselves and figuring out what they want to do, who they want to be in the business, as opposed to being told who they are. And anybody, Geraldine Page, which I know is bizarre, but, so there you go. The longer I talk, the more I'll think of people, so I'm just going to shut up.
And Jeanette, influences and inspirations.
Okay, I'm not sure if any of you are familiar with Karen Black, but she's had an incredible career, not just horror as of recent, but prior to that, she has been in some really amazing things. She's an incredible talent, a very strong woman. She lost her battle with cancer, but I swear I looked up to her. She gave me some great advice early on in my career, and she is someone I would absolutely love. I would love to kill that, honestly. But just to be that talented, or maybe be even a fraction of what she had to offer, she's someone I look up to.
Yeah, I thought you were talking about Cherry. I met her personally, and she works for the biggest people ever. I'm really, really glad to be here. Austin, I think.
Awesome. So, any questions from the audience? If someone wants to come up and ask these lovely screen queens a question, I've got a mic here. No one yet?
Anyone?
That's fine.
Are you all scared? I'm scared.
I got questions for them if you don't want. I can hog up all their time if that's how it goes. So let's talk about something that's been in the forefront of popular consciousness lately, is whether or not horror movies demean women. What would you say to somebody who comes up to you and says, "How can you act in a horror movie? It's so demeaning to women."
I've never had that experience. Most people admire me for some of the things that they see that I do. If you've ever been on the set before, we're talking 12 to 14-hour days, a lot of stunt work, Texas heat. It's not glamorous, it's not fun. You do it, it's like a labor of love. And you have to be committed, and you have to be strong. And I don't think anyone's ever looked at me and said, "Oh God, you're a scream queen. What the hell were you thinking?" No, that's what I'm doing.
No. Yeah, I guess
It's never happened to me because I get to be the final girl. So it's always, hey, you kicked robot butt, or whatever it was. So I've never actually experienced that. I thought you were going to talk about Me Too.
I was kind of walking around that issue, wondering if it was too...
No. I'm going to be shooting a movie called To Avenge. It's a crime thriller, and I get to play this evil, awful woman who's but it is very much, it's brutal. It's a crime thriller, but it's Me Too all the way.
Now, since you brought it up, and we'll get to you as well, with everyone a chance to answer your question, is Me Too really changing the face of horror landscape right now? Are we going to see an artistic change? Are we going to see new steps?
I think we've already seen new stuff. I haven't seen anything I thought was particularly demeaning. There's so many exciting new filmmakers, and I really don't see that they have that attitude towards women. I think that's pretty dinosaur.
I think that speaks well to the horror genre.
Yeah. Something though, the horror
films
are so famous. You forget, like horror movies 1, 2, and he did like Friday 12, so famous. It's just hard to but they think they do really well.
No, I find them very empowering. I find that the characters are so well layered. I'm just really excited about what's going on. All of the characters, and I don't really see that the women are demeaned at all. So I'm happy about that.
Jessica, you want to talk a little bit about what you would say to whether or not someone said to you how they're demeaning to women and how you would respond, and how you see Me Too affecting the face of horror, if at all?
Well, I believe everyone has their own opinions. So, like Kelly, I was the final girl, so I didn't really hear that. But you do hear some people say that, and it's just ridiculous because it's just like bitterness, I think. So yeah, I don't see anything wrong with it. It would probably be a very long talk if I was to hear that. So yeah, I don't agree with it.
Fantastic. It's another chance for a question from the audience. Any brave souls? Come on, don't be intimidated. You got questions, they have answers.
Well, I'd like to know, how do you get in character to be so scared?
The question is, how do our actresses get in character to be scared? Let's just go on down the line.
I just think of that's really happening to me right now. I have to get into that mindset, like, okay, this is really happening. And it works.
Well, it's restricted, is it not? Yeah, you gotta go a long way to do that.
You start making yourself opening up so you become vulnerable. You know, without sounding super pretentious, which I'm going to right now. Sally Field said the minute she gets a part, she starts, little emotional razor blades to open herself up so she can play the part. And then from there, what I do to be active in being scared is, like when I scream, I try to stop it from happening so that it's active instead of just reactionary, which isn't as interesting to watch. So, and then it's scary. Half the time we're in the dark for real, so we really don't know what's gonna happen.
So I've played a lot of killer roles, obviously, and so I haven't done the victiming so much, but I think a lot of it has to do with your co-star and what you're playing, the talent of the actors that you're playing with. How do they make you feel? I mean, we just finished Drift, and I'll be honest with you, Parrish was so convincing that my neighbors called the police. Like, my neighbors hate me right now. So I really think that it's just a matter of being a strong actor, getting into character, getting into your role, feeling it is for real, and knowing that the person that you're playing against, you better believe them. If they're believable to you, then you better be feeling something to give back. And so, that's how I look at it.
You have to watch. Like, I worked in Eugene, Oregon. They have they make bees. They make honey, and this woman raises bees, and you just go there and you watch them for a while, and sooner or later you will get the real role and the real feeling.
All right, excellent. So Kelly, to kind of riff off of what you brought up, you guys put yourself in some legitimately scary situations for our entertainment. I'm curious, what's the most legitimately terrified you've been on a production? And it could be either something that happened during filming or something that happened on the set. Like, there are a lot of urban legends about horror movie sets being haunted. So let's hear about first from you, and then we'll pass it around, and everyone tell your most freaky experience while filming.
I wish it was, I love paranormal stuff, and I don't really get a chance to do that so far. But on Night of the Comet we had, when we were in the radio station, we had an explosion. And everything went dark, and it was legitimately scary. And then also in Shopping Mall, the harness, I didn't do the drop because of the insurance, but I did all the rest of it. And hanging there in that, and I'm looking down and I'm thinking, this isn't really scary because I'm in a harness, but yet I don't really like heights. So there's usually something. Like in the Zero Boys, I was legitimately scared of Nico Monsteratus.
Yeah, filming up on a roof can be really funny.
Kelly. Yeah.
Tell them about Dolores.
What?
Dolores.
Oh.
We're being asked. Kelly's being asked about Dolores.
Yeah, I'm not scared of spiders and snakes, but a lot of people are. And so, but the bug wrangler, which is we call them bug wranglers and gun wranglers. They're the people who come on the set and that's their specialty. So the bug wrangler assumed I was going to be scared of a tarantula, which I probably would have, but he set me up for success by saying, and this is Dolores, she's our lead. She's been in the business all her life for decades. She's worked with all the greats. You're in great hands with Dolores. And because he put a personality on her, I was not scared of her at all. I would prefer to not have that stuff on me, but and everybody else on the set was scared, and because he set me up that way, I was fine.
How could you be scared of a spider named Dolores?
Exactly. The guy really knew what he was doing.
It was named Novico, maybe.
Yeah, exactly. Jessica, when have you been the most freaked out? What was your most legitimately scary, freaky on-set experience?
I haven't had any yet, but so here's a cool little thing. So I just recently went on my honeymoon, and it was a haunted honeymoon.
Congratulations.
Thanks. And we stayed at the Villisca Axe Murder House, which is really haunted.
Where's that?
What's in a movie, Villisca, Iowa? Yeah, and it's legitimately haunted and very scary. So it wasn't on set because it wasn't a movie, but we did film everything, and that will be shown on YouTube very soon.
So, without spoiling anything, were there some supernatural occurrences?
Oh yes, oh yes. And it will be on our YouTube and our Facebook, either the Wicked One or Jessica Stabbit, and it will be on the Wicked One's YouTube, but you guys have to watch it.
You definitely got to keep us at Dread Central in the loop too, because we would love to see what's going on.
And now that you guys got to say so.
Let's pass it down to Anjanette and talk about the most freaky on-set experience you've had so far in your career.
I haven't really had just like the scary stuff or whatever. I mean, you have, especially like a lot of horror films are low budget, right? So there's not always a stunt double or whatever. So there were times where the director would come up and say, okay, Anjanette, in this scene, Jay's gonna pick you up and you're gonna fight, and then he's gonna throw you across the room. You're like, oh, okay, you know, that sucks, whatever. On the set of Witchcraft 13, we did actually film 8.5 stories underground in a cave. And we had these special effects contacts, which I found out later on weren't completely necessary because they could fix that in post. And you know, when you witched out or whatever, your eyes turned red. Well, aside from the fact that I'm blind as a bat, and I'm 8.5 stories underground in the dark, I'm filming, I'm blind, I can't see, I've got these weird contacts in. When we finally ended that day, and I went back upstairs and took the contacts out, nothing changed. This big haze, and then the air hit my eyes, and they actually had to call an ambulance. It was kind of funny because this is the cave without a name in Boerne, Texas, and it's really close to San Antonio, so that's the hospital they took me to. It was the most excruciating thing. Something that contacts that you buy from like a head shop or something like that are not, you know, that breathe, starve your eyes of oxygen, and then all of a sudden the oxygen hits them and you're in all this pain. And I remember them wheeling me, and I had squib that exploded on me because I got shot in the cave, and they're wheeling me through this hospital, and I couldn't see, but I could hear people just gasping, freaking out because they thought I'd been shot. Like it looked like I had 3 bullet holes in my chest. And I felt so bad. I was in so much pain, but I felt so bad for everybody that was staring at me. I was like, oh God, these people think I'm shot.
Yeah, we're definitely not happy to hear about you being in pain, but that is a hysterical story.
I knew that it was hysterical while it was
happening.
happening. I'm like, oh my God, these poor people. Like, I'm traumatizing everybody right now. I got right into a room. They gave me the numbing drops. My director had to take me home the next day, and his wife followed behind me in my car back to Dallas, and my friend had to meet us there to take me in. I couldn't see him for 3 days. It was awful, but you know, it's just like anything else. Low budget, stunts. They usually don't have insurance. Like you just pray you don't get hurt. I'm like, God, I don't want anything happen to me, not this time. So yeah, I know that.
Marta, you mentioned heights being
Yeah, the heights. Well, Friday the 13th, 2, I think 3 was in Bellingham. They put us up in a camp because they had no money. I have never slept inside since. The heights, up or down, never inside.
Well, let me kind of riff on the same topic, but go in a little bit of a different direction. Sometimes you ladies act in these films that just really get under your skin. Has there ever been a scene that either made it tough for you to sleep at night before shooting because you knew it was coming up, or it was so intense but after? What were you saying, Marta? What do you got?
If you're never inside, you're always.
Yeah. Hey, Anjanette, anything that's kept you up at night, either worrying about shooting it beforehand or after?
Keeps me up at night, you know, wanting to be prepared and wanting to do a really good job on the set. That's what keeps me up at night.
But nothing that's been so intense that afterwards you're like, this isn't under my skin, this is in my head, I can't escape.
No, not usually my own movies, but in other people's movies, it's the stuff that I think, oh gosh, I wish I could unsee that, but I'm going to think about it for a week.
How about you, Jessica? Anything that was so intense it kept you up at night? These ladies are tough as nails, nothing phases them. That's right.
Serbian film.
Oh, I wasn't in that.
Yeah, that's a panel for another day. All right? Let's not open that can of worms right here and right now. But, oh, well, go for it then.
Okay, this isn't really my story, but I'm going to tell it anyway. So, it was the 80s and it was raining all the time, so we had cans and cans of hairspray to try to it was a failing proposition, but we did it anyway. And Crystal Carson was an actress on the set. Her hair caught on fire because of the hairspray is very flammable.
It's like a Michael
All of a
Jackson
sudden,
situation.
her hair was on fire. And Frank Darabont, who was an art dog on the set, making $100 a week because Greg Nicotero did our special effects, took her. He ran her to the emergency room and all this other stuff. Just the fact that you have so much hairspray on that you're flammable, it cracked me up.
Hey, are there any more questions from the audience? I think we have time for one or two more from out there. Don't be shy, otherwise I'm gonna hog up all the time again. All right, I'll give you one more chance while I would like to let each of them have an opportunity to tell us what they're working on now and what they're working on next.
So, my husband and I are actually going to be in a Amazon Prime series. It's like, I don't know, like Tales from the Crypt, kind of. And it's all
Anthology series?
Yeah.
Excellent.
And we're going to start filming the second week of October in Tombstone, Arizona. And then I have a couple more big projects coming up, like actual big movie roles, but I can't discuss those right now.
Definitely
But
keep us in the loop.
I will, but it requires a lot of traveling. So I actually got approached here for a film as well. So yeah.
We're excited to see what you do next. Kelly.
So I did a movie, Girls and Corpses, as I'm sure you're familiar with. They're doing movies now, and I did they just had Cynthia. I'm in their next movie. It's kind of it's The Exorcist meets Airplane meets Snakes on a Plane.
Sold.
And it's called Exorcism at 60,000 feet.
Sold
So
again.
it's me and Bill Moseley and Violet and Lance Henriksen and Adrian Barbeau and
When's it coming out?
Soon, very soon.
Can't get here soon enough for
You know,
me.
the humor is so wrong. We're just sitting there going, we can't believe it. It's so wrong.
I can't wait. I
So-
cannot wait.
So Corpsey said, I just want to make the movie that I wanted to see. So,
And will you please keep me in the loop on that so I can
Absolutely.
let our Dress Central readers know as well?
absolutely. And then, like I said, I'm going to be shooting 2 events, which is a whole nother thing. And I got to work with Tyler McIntyre, who I admired so much from Suicide Girl. I did a short with him. It's called, it's apocalyptic, of course, because it's me, and it's called Blowing Up Everywhere.
Nice.
I'm sure we have the festival circuit.
Nice.
Okay, so we're wrapping up Rift right now, which I've done with Parrish Randall, Joe Bob Briggs is in it, Ashley Ray, Monique Parent, and some other local talent in Dallas, and we are hoping for a holiday premiere for the end of the year, because it is a Christmas horror film. Everybody loves a Christmas horror film. So yeah, looking forward to that. It's really all I got on my plate right now. I'm trying to get it off my plate and celebrate that before I take on anything else.
Marla, what you got going on?
Well, you know what? I went to the Pyeongchang Olympics. I thought they were in Vietnam, but I guess Korea. And I found out there was a studio in Canada that I had not been to in a very long time. And I went through like hundreds of films. And I think I put out Rules of Engagement, the pilot. And I believe they're filming it perhaps in Los Angeles right now.
Excellent, excellent. Oh, hold on to the microphone for 1 second more because
That's what
I
I did.
read on your IMDb page that you've been in an after-school special.
Yeah, I've been in so many after-school specials, I
Well, tell us
cannot
about
believe
some
it.
of the after-school
I think it was,
specials.
I told you it was with the Queen of England. Maybe I was adopted out, but this woman would not get away from me. She kind of took me under her wing. But I'm not sure she was in any of these movies. I think it's on Maggie Price, so I don't want to say after school special. But I went through hundreds of films, and they had a pilot I did not put out. It's just named The Rules of Engagement.
All right. Okay, I want to remind everyone that these ladies have tables back in the celebrity area. They're working hard here. They're signing autographs. They're answering your questions. Be sure to visit them. If you're too shy to come up here and ask a question, they'd love to talk to you at their tables when we wrap it up. This is your last chance. All right, come on up to the mic and ask these lovely ladies a question.
Just a follow-up for Kelly. So when you film a movie that is an airplane movie, is it all, dumb question, is it all filmed on the ground?
Oh yes. Yeah, it's a shell. And where we filmed, they shot at one point a lot of pornography there because they could make it look like anything. And the plane was actually painted in black. They got rid of it afterwards because it's cut so that you can get through the aisles. The camera can get through the aisles and you can actually see what you're doing. And then the cockpit is a separate entity, a different set over here. It wasn't easy.
Yeah, that is interesting. I've always wondered how they did that. If they just rent out a plane or if it's in pieces in the studio. It's like, that's really cool. I'm sure we have one more question from the audience before I let these ladies go.
After you've done this, you can really see in movies that it's not a real plane. Because now that I've done it, I go,
the curtain's been pulled back.
That's just like our set. I know this isn't a real plane, but that's why I never noticed it.
Last chance for a question. All right, I'm just gonna thank you all for your time and thank you all for coming out here.
Thank you for inviting us.
It's been a pleasure and an honor for me to speak with all of you, and I hope that all of you take the opportunity to meet these ladies for yourself and let them know how much you appreciate their work. Let's give them all a real big hand.
Thank you.
It was seriously my pleasure. Thank you all.
Amazing. Yay, Ritza.
And let's give it up for the Cult Classic Convention, because this is an incredible party. Thanks to Roy and Lisa Rose for everything they've done and for putting Bastrop on the map for horror fans. This is a great thing they're doing, and we love it. All right. Enjoy the rest of the fest, everyone.
Hey guys!
Hi!
We just left the convention, so we got there so late that we basically saw one panel and we walked around and you met Kelly Maroney.
I met Kelly Maroney!
I'll take credit that I urged you to.
He totally got me to do it. I was not going to do it because I've had some bad experiences with meeting people before. But it turned out really cool. And I got her CD.
Yeah.
Well, I got the Night of the Comet CD.
Let me grab it here.
Okay.
Okay, she got the soundtrack to Night of the Comet, which is like one of our favorite movies.
Yeah, I was gonna get her autograph, like a photo of her in her cheerleader outfit, but I saw this and I was like, they just had it remastered, and she wrote the I don't know, what do you call it? The
synopsis, or
I guess so. Or she wrote a dedication
forward,
to it.
Dedication.
In the CD. And yeah, she signed it. She said, "Daddy," she wrote on it, "Daddy would have gotten us Uzis." That was awesome.
Yeah.
So she's super sweet, and I got a picture with her too, and we'll post it.
Yeah, well, that'll be on Instagram. We'll put it on the video too.
Yeah.
And yeah, and we met our friend Russell from Instagram and everything. Yeah.
So good meeting you.
He was so cool, so nice, and we hung out with him there and saw some really cool merchandise that we're gonna put in this video. You probably saw it already.
Yep.
And yeah, as short as our time was there, we had a good time.
It was an awesome.
It was pretty
time.
cool. Didn't see Roger Bartlett sing "Fool for a Blonde."
No, we didn't.
I don't know if there was another stage somewhere.
Know if he was sick or what.
It was, one big convention hall, and they had the stage for the panels, and that was the only stage we saw. So yeah, I don't know if he didn't come. It was really stormy bad today. I don't know, but yeah, we didn't get to see that. But it was just awesome meeting Kelly Maroney and seeing Russell and hanging out with him.
Yeah, and we met Eric from Instagram too. He was really cool.
Okay, yeah.
We met a couple of you guys. Sorry, I can't talk right now. I'm just like I'm on a high, which is really funny because I did not want to go.
She was about to back out.
I was having like one of those emotional, moody days, and I just didn't feel like doing anything really.
Yeah, we've had a lot going on. Just busy.
I guess I'm just really exhausted.
Yeah.
But it turned out really, really cool, and I'm glad I went to it.
Yeah, it was fun. So we do recommend you check it out. It's in Bastrop, Texas. I don't know if this is gonna be posted in time for somebody to go tomorrow, but
yeah, it's still going on tomorrow.
Yeah, but by the time this is posted, I'm sure it'll be back next year. So yeah, it's the Cult Classic Convention. Very cool horror con.
A lot of really cool artists too in their booths. They have a lot of interesting things, which I'm sure you'll see in our posts as well.
So we'll catch you guys later. We're heading out to Florida, Orlando for HHN and Disney World.
Yeah, it's gonna be so exciting.
There'll be videos and Instagram. We have Moonlight Motel official is our new official Instagram. We also have our individual Instagrams, and yeah, is that everything? Did I like, comment, subscribe?
Like, comment, subscribe, and follow us on our journeys to our annual festivities in Florida. It's gonna be awesome.
See you guys.
Bye.
Later. Okay, you said you wanted to say something?
Yeah, we're back. So I wanted to say that it was really, really inspiring for me to see these actresses who are kind of a little older. You know, they're not like in their 20s. Well, for the most part, they're not in their 20s, ingenues type stuff. And they're still trying to make it. You know what I mean? Like, they're still going. Not that they haven't made it already, but you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
They're still doing what they love.
They're still working at it,
and they're still working at it, and they're not going to stop at all. So that was just really inspiring to see, and it was really cool to see their panel. And we'll show you some footage of it. So yeah, that's what I had to say.